Scott, Jeannie.
Randy, thanks so much. 10 minutes after 5, and while it might be windy and cold here, elsewhere it is much worse.
Now, most areas of New York State will be hit with some combination of snow, sleet, freezing rain, and high winds by this afternoon. Forecast 8 meteorologist Ken Brewer is here with more on a very nasty winter storm, Ken.
That's right, Jeannie. We'll
check it again in a few minutes. Jeannie?
Julie, thank you. Well, with yesterday's win over the Jaguars, the Colts are now in their 6th straight season with 10 or more wins.
Lots of milestones yesterday as well. Tony Dungy and his more Ravens.
And 5 lucky Colts fans are probably still celebrating this morning because they won the quest for the ring. Yesterday, 10 finalists lined up on the field during halftime of the game to see if they chose the right number, which would lead them to a box containing a Super Bowl ring. Before Sunday's game, the winners had to go through a lot of raffle drawing, a 2-day scavenger hunt. They said, though, it was all worth it.
Live on the city's south side to explain. Good morning, Jeannie.
Good morning, Joy and Scott. AT&T is right now teaming up with a national nonprofit group called Cell Phones for Soldiers. They would like to collect $1 million worth of old cell phones so that they can help the men and women overseas call home during the holidays.
It was always like a present. Whenever you got one, it was just like, he was my lifeline to him, and I was his lifeline to home.
Deb Mayhew, a local Marine mom, is describing what every phone call from her son Kyle meant while he was fighting the war in Iraq. She couldn't call him, so she had to wait, sometimes months, to hear from her youngest child.
And so you keep your cell phone in your pocket 24 hours a day.
Kyle is now back in the U.S. after serving 2 tours of duty. Deb is proud of her son, who not only fought the war, but also made it onto the pages of Time magazine.
Right there, behind the president's shoulder.
Kyle, like many serving overseas, was only able to call home using a phone card, and that's where AT&T comes in. Nationwide, the company is collecting old or used cell phones. The phones will be recycled, and the money generated will go towards buying phone cards for military personnel.
So it's just a great way for folks to, feel like they're really contributing and helping the troops and the military families and just drop off their used phones.
The goal is to raise $1.4 million, which AT&T says in theory will allow every military member stationed in Iraq to make a free 20-minute call home. Another Marine mom, Cindy Taylor, says those phone calls were what got her through her son Cameron's 7-month deployment.
I don't know if you have children, but you can tell immediately when you hear your child's voice how they're really doing. An email, you can't really gather how they're doing, but the phone calls are real important.
Those phone calls, those moms certainly wait for those. If you'd like to help with this program, you can drop off your old cell phone at any AT&T location, and it doesn't have to be a phone from this company. It could be from any others. And if you also like more information on this whole program in general, the Cell Phones for Soldiers, just go to our website, go to wishtv.com, click on web link 8, and then you'll look under the military section. Reporting live, Jeannie Crofts, 24 Hour News 8.